What's up, guys? Frugal BC. Big crash this week in both the crypto and stock markets. So we're going to look at that today. Doing a little bit different of a show. Got a little bit of Algorand news, a little bit of crypto news in general. So we're going to just talk about some of this stuff and what's going on in the ecosystem. And just going to go hatless today too. Yeah, we're going to go full hair today. So it's still a little bit. I'll probably use a little trim there, I think, still. But anyway. Hope you guys are doing well out there, and if you like this kind of content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Now remember, you don't have to smash it. You can actually just press it gently and it works just fine that way too. By the way, we've got channel memberships starting at only $1. You can get videos before anyone else. At the $3.99 tier, you can get videos, exclusive videos that are only for you and nobody else. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to have our first one coming up for that tier coming soon, and a $79.99 for video calls. Also, we are brought to you by non-fungible domains. If you want that .algo address just like me, frugalbc.algo, you can get that in the description below. It makes doing everything in Algorand so much easier. And we are brought to you by Marcus, a meme coin and NFT project on the Algorand blockchain, and you can go join the little Stoic army, and they got some really cool stuff coming up, like physical and some NFTs, physical products, and even an animated series. Really cool stuff coming up, so check them out in the description below. But let's get to today's news. First off, crypto markets crashing, so is the stock market. We'll look at all that. Let's start with crypto. We've been kind of hopping around a little bit on Bitcoin, but as you can see, right now under 99,000 even. It had popped back over 100,000 not that long ago, but back down a little bit. Ethereum back down to 3,500. Now remember, XRP is still $2.27. Solana actually hitting 200. That's a little rough. And Cardano back under $1. Chainlink. You can just see a whole lot of red. In fact, let's just look at the whole thing here. Worst one on the 24-hour is Little DAO, followed by Virtuals Protocol, which I hadn't even heard of. Next up is, and then Thorchain. Actually, Pudgy Penguin, yeah, Pingu is a brand new coin, so that was that did 500% up in the 7-day. That's what happens when you have a brand new coin that really takes off. People love their Pudgy Penguins. Gala having a pretty big drop, but still up, compared to what it was before. And crypto, crypto isn't alone, by the way. The stock market is crashed quite a bit too. We'll look at that in a second. Let's see how Algorand is doing, because this is a little scary to me. We are down to, can you see this? Yes, you can. Down to 35 cents. And yeah, that's pretty unfortunate, but it's not out of the realm of what everything else is doing right now. So yeah, it's unfortunate. And by the way, I forgot to mention earlier, I got the big live stream coming tomorrow, Friday. It's going to be 1 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure to check that out. We're going to talk about all this stuff and more. Got a big list of guests coming, and I don't know who all is going to be on and who's not. Some people have said for sure they're coming, so we'll definitely you'll see some surprises. You might see a really big surprise. I reached out to a unbelievable, if they happen to come on, guest, and we'll see if they come on. I'll tell you who it is afterwards if they don't end up showing. But we're gonna go. We got a long day tomorrow, so it's gonna be 1 to 4 Central Standard Time, and we're probably going to watch a movie together afterwards too. So, I mean, we're going to be out live streaming for a long time. So be sure to check that out. I just wanted to get that in there while we, unfortunately, look at Algorand dipping now below 35 cents. So yeah, it's pullbacks are normal. This is not necessarily a normal pullback, because I think we got some interesting stuff going on. I think the markets are a little bit nervous about the shutdown. They always are. Which, by the way, I mean, I don't want to weigh in too much on politics, but it frustrates me that you have a $1,500 bill just to continue funding Congress, funding the government, and it's full of all kinds of stuff. That just shouldn't be the case. It just shouldn't be the case. That I think I could say. I think everybody would agree with that on both sides of the aisle if they weren't being partisan actors and just thought about general principles. You don't imagine if just imagine if Tiny Man did their votes, or the Algorand Foundation did their governance votes, and they put it was 1,500 pages and it was full of all kinds of other stuff, and you didn't know what it is unless you read all 1,500 pages, which most Congress members don't. Most governors wouldn't either. They're just not going to read 1,500 pages of stuff. I mean, I just think that's, from first principles, that just makes sense. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox there. Let's look at the stock market, because a lot of you probably heard me talk about this I am it's actually in the green today a little bit, so it's recovering a little bit, and we'll dive a little deeper in. But as a lot of you know, I actually invest in index funds. I'm a big index fund guy, so a lot of my stuff is a lot of my net worth is just in boring old index funds, and then I have a small but significant amount that I devote to crypto because of the potential upside is so huge. So as long as you limit your downside risk, you can take some risk in crypto and really do well. But also, like, most of my stuff is in this. So yeah, today doing pretty well. And if we zoom out to the 5-day, you can kind of see what happened. We just had this huge drop starting around Wednesday afternoon, early afternoon, and it just tanked into and even if you zoom out to the 1 month, we're actually still down on the month as well. Now, obviously, if we go out to the 6 months, we're still way up. So that's important to keep in mind. These dips with the kind of dips that like people will freak out about on index funds are nothing compared to crypto. Like, crypto will just go bananas down and up, and the stock market kind of more of a steady ship, but it's been going up year to date. We can look at that way up. And then if you look at the 5-year, so this is why my strategy, by the way, is different from crypto to index funds, because this is just generally the general trajectory on the market as a whole, and which is S&P 500 is a pretty good indicator of that. It just generally marches up. You have these dips. I mean, yeah, right around here. I mean, you're like, oh man, it's been going down a while, but if you're just DCAing in, you'll be fine. Crypto, I do things a little bit differently. So it's kind of all, they're actually blaming, a lot of people are talking about the Fed meeting, and I think that's probably part of it too. But I think there's probably some concern over the government shutdown as well. I think it's probably multi-factor. So anyway, I just want to get to a couple other news items that I think are interesting. I covered the Hawk Tuah issue, or Haley Welch, who is known as the Hawk Tuah girl. And like I said, she's one of those people that I think she's done more to capitalize on her 15 seconds of fame than maybe any other person I've ever seen. And because of that, I think she overstepped, probably listened to some people she shouldn't have, and probably should have been a little more careful about this. She launched this coin. It sank to the ground in value, like 90%, 95%, something like that. And now she's being sued. So I think people were already talking about this, but it was officially filed this morning. So let's take a look. So this is Hawk Tuah officially facing lawsuit now, filed in court today. This is my post. Investors are suing. Oh, let me make sure that's on the screen. It is not. Investors are suing people associated with a cryptocurrency launched by Hawk Tuah girl Haley Welch, following the crash of the meme coin named after her. It lost more than 95%. Okay, so it was more than 95%. Sorry about that. Of its value in a single day when it was released on December 4th. Lawyers for the investors wrote in their December 19th court filing, that's today, that the lawsuit arises from the unlawful promotion and sale of Hawk Tuah cryptocurrency meme coin known as the Hawk token, which defendants offered and sold to the public without proper registration. That's not the part I really care about, by the way. Named in the suit are Tuah the Moon Foundation, which was used to handle the money taken in from the sale of the meme coin, and the coin's creator Over Here Ltd. and its executive Clinton So, and the meme coin's Los Angeles-based promoter Alex Larson Schultz. Now remember, CoffeeZilla exposed the absolutely terrible economics. He called it the worst tokenomics that he saw of any of these meme coins, and that's saying something, because he's covered a lot of these things. So I hope she's talked to a lawyer, because I think she's going to be in some hot water. And a lot of people have noted she has not, that she has not posted a new podcast or tweeted anything since. She's been kind of incognito. I'm sure she knew the lawsuit was coming and is trying to be really, really careful to not say anything that could get used against her. But I think the damage is done. People recorded that Twitter Spaces with her, and so I think she's probably in a lot of trouble. And I think the way I look at this, I think she probably just listened to some people, and she should have been more careful. I would have just stayed away from it. I mean, there's a reason why I haven't launched a coin, because there's a lot of danger involved in this kind of stuff. Now, JT, friend of the channel, who I hope is coming on tomorrow, I think he's probably going to make it. He launched his own coin as a little experiment with only 5 total coins, and he's trying to see how high he can get the value up, which I think is kind of fascinating. I think, I don't know what to make of this. I hate to ascribe too much animus to her, but also I don't want to be too generous as well, because I think she probably should have been more cautious. But I think the people around her are probably a little more, I don't want to say guilty, probably a little more evil-minded perhaps than she was. I think she probably was just naive more than anything. But I'm sure she also saw a way to cash in on something. So I'm not like too super sympathetic. Yeah, and then we got this other one on Algorand. This is kind of a short little one, but it's something I've been pointing out. I think is an important metric to look at. So let's take a look at this. So I said this myself. I've been seeing this floating around. Number 4 in wallet addresses holding an actual balance. That's a big metric, and I think it matters. This is originally tweeted by Coinpedia Markets. It's the 4th largest crypto by the number of addresses with a balance, reaching 22.6 million and surpassing Bitcoin Gold. And you can see it's not far away from Bitcoin Cash, and it's about half, a little less than half, something like that, just under half, halfway to Bitcoin, which is wild. And then, of course, Ethereum has quite a bit more, but Algorand's actually being used. So when I tell you guys like Algorand's the chain that actually gets use and is available for use, this is what I mean. I mean, this is huge, okay? It shows that people actually use the chain. So when people say like Algorand is a ghost chain, like I have no idea what you're talking about. And I've attacked Invest Answers before. He's used some like bullshit metrics to try to make his case that Algorand is a ghost chain, but he like really cherry picks his data. And so you have to watch out for that, because you can misread data, you can cherry pick data, you can manipulate data, you can take correct data and just simply misrepresent it. And as far as I'm concerned, he's guilty of all of those. But I only bring that up because I think this attitude gets passed around a lot. And for some reason, utility coins usually get the brunt of it. Thankfully, now I think there's less of that than there used to be, so that's good. But that is really all I've got for you guys. So I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, please give our sponsors in the link below some love. They do a lot to help support the channel and keep it going, and I appreciate that. Also, big live stream tomorrow, so guys really got to tune into that live stream. Like I said, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. Plus, we're probably going to watch the movie that I helped produce and acted in. We're probably going to try to stream that toward the end afterwards. So we'll stay on after that. But I'll probably have the movie on. I'm going to make a pizza for myself, and we'll just enjoy the time together. We got some big guests coming, so it's going to be a wild. I have no idea how it's going to go. I've done this Christmas special like 3 years in a row, but this is the like the biggest version I've ever done. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I will probably be a very tired person, but be sure to check that out. And otherwise, I hope you guys are doing well out there. This is these pullbacks can be psychologically difficult, and you just have to kind of chill. And I think one of the best things you can do during a crash is usually nothing. Maybe buy the dip if it makes financial sense for you to do so. Or if you've been on the sideline, it might not be a bad time to get in. Otherwise, most of the time, your best course of action is actually to do nothing and wait, because we still got a bull run coming. So that's it for me today. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe out there. Not your keys, not your crypto. And as always, I'm Frugal BC, and I will see you in the future.